Well, the initial thing is you've got to have some documentation they can refer to, that people can easily see what is, what's in it for them and what their responsibilities are. So a lot of people overlook the fact that they don't have SLAs, they don't have KPIs in place, and they don't have process flows available to people to have a look at. Okay, so there's here today at the shareserviceslink.com conference. There is people, suppliers here who can put process flows for people on the intranet for people to see. So it's easy for people to look up to see what they should and shouldn't be doing. Okay. And they can refer to that at any point in time. So they know the responsibility and we know our responsibility in the shared services. So before you go live, if you have an SLA, you have some basic KPIs, it makes life a lot simpler. Okay? So when people first go live with the shared services, they normally don't know what KPIs they want. So it's really important to engage with someone like Shared Services Link, because at this conference we've had some examples of some basic KPIs that people would want to use. Okay, so you need to record those from the word go. So very quickly you can start reporting. Where I am working right now, we had some KPIs around the compliance for PO. Okay, so 6 months into the process, I can now produce some information to prove why things aren't being matched. Because invariably, Shared Services goes live, they're the ones that always get blamed. Every single time, they're the dog to kick. But if you have service level agreements to say what we do, what you do, process flows so people know what they should be doing, okay, and then you have some basic MI, you can then start peeling back the onion to prove where things are going wrong. So when people say, my suppliers aren't being paid, it's the shared services fault, you can go to your MI and say, hang on a minute, I know you didn't turn up for the course, I know you didn't do the training, I know that my staff have phoned you at least 3 times on a regular basis to such GRNing. And they go, ooh, sort of scenario. Okay. There's also, it avoids what I call the crystal ball problem. People assume shared services is a crystal ball. I'm used to having multifunctional shared services. The classic one is people say, oh, the information is not particularly good in the system, I can't book a holiday. And you can go to your MI and say, well, I invited you 3 times to training, you didn't turn up. I asked you at least 3 times to validate the data in the system, you didn't do it. So when you came to book your holiday, there was no opening balance. So that's the crystal ball technique. Shared services is not a crystal ball. Okay. So when you've been training for a certain period of time, if you've got MI to start with, you can stabilise fairly fast. If you don't, it could take you a good 18 months to stabilise. So the best thing to do is get some basic KPIs off somebody else. Anybody with shared services will tell you 3 or 4 KPIs in each area that are important. And what you can do is you can use them to drive behaviour. Okay? So that's what I'm recapping. Have SLAs, process flows, people know the responsibilities, and have basic KPIs.